They're based here in Austin. I told you that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They raised $3 million. Okay.
They raised $3 million in from, is that from the public, from the crypto community, or from?
I think yeah from half. I think about 500 grand or 800. I forgot. You got to go back and Google what they had a crowd sale.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two components of Factom, right? There's the foundation, right, which is a nonprofit.
Yeah.
And then there's Factom Inc., okay, which is a for-profit consulting company, right? So
yeah.
It's kind of like there's the Ethereum Foundation, right, which was funded by the crowd sale, right? That's why we have the ethers, right?
Yeah.
That money went to the foundation, the Ethereum Foundation, which then built Ethereum, right?
Yeah.
And then now there's a bunch of
and they raised about 18 million.
18 million, and that's a nonprofit, right?
Yeah.
That's a nonprofit foundation.
Yeah.
But then there's also, now you're seeing all these startups, and those are for profit, right? That are building on top of Ethereum.
Yeah.
Right? Like Augur was the one I sent you. That's a for profit startup, right?
Yeah.
Trying to do a betting market, right?
Yeah.
That's a traditional startup, venture capital, all that, right?
Yeah.
So Factom is kind of like that, right? There's the Factom Foundation, which did the crowd sale, which issued the tokens, right? And
yeah.
is building the network. And then there's the Factom Inc., which is a for-profit company.
Yeah.
Right? So I think they raised, $500,000, the foundation, right, to build Factom.
Yeah.
And the for-profit company raised about $3 million. Right? Now,
yeah.
the reason it went from 10 cents to $1, if you look at the chart,
yeah.
right, is they raised 1.5 million right before Christmas. Right? If you go on Crunchbase.com and type in Factom, you can see they raised a total of $3 million. 1.5 million came in mid-December. Right?
Okay, and that's how the price went shot up.
Yeah, that's when the price started to move. Right? Is when they got that round of funding. The two major events that happened with Factom. One is Microsoft came in. Right?
Yeah.
And backed them like they backed Ethereum, right?
Yeah.
That caused the price to move, and then this round of funding, when they got 1.5 million, that then basically took it from 10 cents to $1 in 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Then, okay, so the where the story's going is that they're based here in Austin. Like
yeah.
The whole team is here on Mopac. That's where their office is. And they hold the Bitcoin meetup, right?
Yeah.
So the tip I got, kind of like the insider info I got from going to this meetup, is that they're working on a Series A. They're in the middle of closing a Series A. Roland went like 2 weeks ago or last week, and he said that the Series A is they're hoping to close it by the end of the month. Right now,
yeah,
and they're looking to raise $10 million at a $50 million valuation. Okay, and that's what they're going to try to do.
Yeah,
right, like $10 million for 20% of the company, right?
Yeah,
and they're in China until right now. Those guys, the chairman, who's the guy responsible for investors and fundraising, right?
Yeah.
He and a bunch of guys there right now in China. You know what a roadshow is, right? When a company goes on a roadshow.
Yeah, to pitch their company.
To pitch the company,
Yeah.
Typically they use that when they're going to do an IPO, right? They take the company on a roadshow to all the big investors.
Yeah.
Pitch it to them, right, before they go public. But it's kind of like that, but they're not going public. They're looking for a Series A, right?
Yeah.
But it's basically the same thing. So they're going around China trying to pitch it to their VCs, right? And they got like 3 or 4 lined up right now. Like I think on the whiteboard they got about 4 million roughly, right? They're looking for 10 in this round, right? And so the bet is the short-term bet is that they close this round by the end of March, and that news hits CoinDesk sometime in April, right? When they finish negotiating the deal. So the inside tip that we have is that they're working on the Series A, and they probably have it halfway done right now.
Yeah.
Right. Because I'm looking at Factom at an 8 or 9 million valuation. If they get a 50 million valuation, or even a 30, let's say, then that's like I think it's going up 5 times. I think it's going up like 3 to 5x by when that news hits.
Yeah. Thanks.
So anyway, that's the bet that I have on.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Richard. Okay.
So it's not based on the charts. It's not based on
No. That's just based on fundamentals.
Yeah. It's just based on that. I don't think the market knows what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And they won't. No one would know unless you go to this meetup on Tuesday night.
Yeah, so you're basically getting the inside scoop because you're there at the meetups.
Yeah, because they run the Bitcoin meetup in Austin.
Okay.
Out of their office, right?
Okay.
That's the inside scoop.
Okay.
Right. Now, is it going to play out? I don't know how. I mean, it doesn't mean this is going to win because I don't know what's going to happen in March when the next 3 weeks they're in China. I don't know how that's going to go, right?
Well,
anyway,
I got some already.
Yeah, I got some. It might win, it might lose.
Hey, I have to run, man. But let's finish this later. Okay. All right, man.
All right.
All right. Bye.